Well, hey everybody, happy Friday. Do my eyes look red? They might look a little bit red. It's not because I'm stoned, I don't smoke weed, and it's not because I've been crying. Um, if they are red, it's because I was playing around with some of my hot sauces. I was going through the boxes, I just went through a move, going through some of the boxes, and I found this one, this Scary Ghost sauce, which has guava in it. And I was like adding it to some things and sampling it, and I think I got some on my fingers, and then I changed my contact lenses and burned my eyes for a few minutes, but I'm okay. Anyways, we're not doing hot sauces in this video, and hang on. Dang, this is becoming a real problem. It's like half a minute, now it's like half a minute into the recording that I start. My body is giving me acid reflux reactions before I've even eaten anything. And it's like, even after I said I'm not eating hot sauces in this video, my body's like, acid reflux, acid reflux. You're talking to a camera, acid reflux. No, I'm not doing anything that's going to cause acid reflux. I'm not going to do anything that's going to irritate my stomach in this video. I'm not trying this sauce in this video. Now, about a week ago, I made a little preview video where I had 10 of my favorite salty snacks. I guess you would call them my top 10 of all time. There may be others, like some of them, they're not available anymore, or if they are available, I don't know how to get them, and some of them are defunct. So these were the top 10 salty snacks that I was able to either find in stores or order. Okay? And so I made a little preview video and I said I was going to break the video into two installments. So I was going to do a 10 through 6 and I was going to do a 5 through 1 of my favorite salty snacks that I've ever had. And they appeared in that preview video, obviously, in no particular order. All right, so I went through them all. And I just can't wait anymore. I wasn't going to do it because, you know, I've got something going on this weekend and I was just going to wait until like Monday or Tuesday to take care of it, but no. Because I have these unopened bags of my favorite salty snacks just sitting there, like enticing me. And I'm just like, I can't wait anymore. I don't even care that it's like 5 in the morning. Like, I just want to open these up and just try one little bit of them. Also, I have a confession to make, which is the snack that's going to be my probably my number two or number one. I had the bag. I was gonna leave it unopened until I made the video, and then I opened it. I just could not. I could not resist. So I'm either gonna have to get another bag of that particular snack, or I'm gonna have to make a joke out of it at the end of the video and be like, I have opened this bag and eaten the entire thing, and then there's one of these, one piece of this chip left for me to consume. But anyways, that's for another video because this is the first installment of two in which I go over number 10 through number 6 of my top 10 salty snacks ever. All right, so let's get right to it. I didn't cheat with any of the first 5. All right, you'll see. They're not opened. All right, so number 10 is ranch flavored corn nuts. Yep, these are ubiquitous. You can see them in almost any convenience store, gas station, grocery store, supermarket in the country. They're just everywhere. And they're really, really good. And, you know, I knew I had to have some kind of a ranch flavored thing in this video, but I was not going to put Doritos Cool Ranch in here. There is a Doritos product that is in the top 10. And man, it was really, really hard not to put 2 in there. But then if I had included Doritos Cool Ranch, I would have had to include 3 in it. And then not just getting like completely unfair. So I'm like, how about a ranch flavored product that, you know, we all kind of know exists, but it doesn't get the accolades that it deserves. That is corn nuts. That's ranch flavored corn nuts. I'm telling you, if you've never had these, you may not be. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of people turning against ranch flavored snacks, ranch dressing, ranch seasoning, just ranch anything. There are a lot of people I'm seeing turn against it. And I'm here to tell you there are still ranch flavored products that bring beautiful, wonderful, addictive, delicious flavor. And ranch flavored corn nuts are one of them. They're also inexpensive. you know, this is going to cost a fraction that a bag of Doritos Cool Ranch will cost you, and they last quite a bit because these things are filling. All right, corn nuts are quite oily, so you know you only need like a couple little handfuls, and then you're satisfied. But they're packed with flavor. They're little beauties too. I don't know. I like corn nuts. The thing is, I like the look of corn nuts and I like the concept of corn nuts, but really these ranch flavored corn nuts are the only ones that I've really enjoyed. Other than there's like a salt and pepper sort of like, I think they call them fried corn that they sell at Whole Foods. I think they still sell them. Those are a delicacy. Those are really good too. They almost made top 10, but I was like, nah. I mean, I like them, but there's a couple of inconveniences. You can only get them in bulk, and it's kind of like a specialized thing. I don't know. I know they're just salt and pepper, salt and fapper, fappy holidays. Um, what was I talking about? Man, I'm getting off track here. Anyways, I think the point that I was making is that the Whole Foods salt and pepper flavored roasted corn pieces or whatever they're called, they could have made top 10, but that's like very specialized. I mean, ranch flavored corn nuts, that's something that you just go back for again and again and again and again. If I'm in a, you know, if I'm like going on a road trip, I stop at a 7-Eleven to get my early morning coffee and I see like a bag of ranch corn nuts there, I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm going to snack on while I'm on this road trip. All right, let's have a go. Mmm. I love the deep, rich, roasty flavor of those corn nuts too. Um, they're not overly dusted with ranch seasoning. So, actually, that's a criticism that you can make of Doritos Cool Ranch. As delicious as the seasoning blend is, sometimes it's like, dang, there's like so much seasoning on this. I just cannot taste the nice corn flavor. Not so with this. These are very corny. They're very nicely seasoned. You get the buttermilk in there, you get the onion powder, you get the garlic powder, you get the salt and pepper. Mmm, those are good. Better move on to the next one. Already 7 minutes in. Man, I think my friend Daryl, my friend and colleague Daryl is rubbing off on me. You know, he made a self-deprecating video in response to a short that I made, saying, you know, he's not capable of making shorts because he doesn't know how to shut up. I don't think I know how to shut up now. And it's becoming increasingly difficult for me to record shorts, too. You know, I'm like, how do I distill the things that I want to say about this into 3 minutes or less? Sometimes it's just not possible, so I find myself scrambling and talking really rapidly, and then I mess up and I have to do multiple takes. And then when I do get the right take, I'm like, I review it after I've recorded it, and I'm like, oh, I left out this and this and this and this and this detail. So the long form stuff is stuff I'm going to be doing more of, but I'm still going to post shorts because apparently the YouTube algorithm is, structured in such a way as, you can post a little minute and a half short and get 3,500 views on it within a couple days, and you can post a 30-minute video, and 2 years later you've only had like 28 views on it. I don't know what that's all about, but you got to keep posting the shorts to give attention to your channel and get subscribers. All right, number 9 are hot wasabi flavored peas. Okay, wasabi flavored green peas. Now, these hoppy peas, I've had several wasabi peas. These hoppy ones are far and away the best. There are a couple other brands. I've gotten some from international markets. There are a lot of them out there. Some of them very good, some of them whatever. But these, they just have that right amount. They're over seasoned. They're salty. They got a very, piquant wasabi flavor. I'm very incompetent. You know what? I'm going to refer to the scissors. I was hoping I could just open them up, but no, it's not going to happen. Mmm. Look at those wasabi peas. I believe that they're slightly healthier than certain other junk foods and salty snacks. They are, after all, peas. coated in wasabi. Peas and wasabi themselves are healthy, right? But then there's all the other unhealthy stuff, the oils and the salts and, the hydrolyzed soy protein. That doesn't sound healthy. Wheat flour, rice flour, sugar, palm oil. But it does have horseradish powder and green peas. So there's an element of healthiness there. No, they're delicious. If you like that kind of like nasal rush, take a big ass handful of these wasabi peas. Just eat them all at once. It's fun. I think kids who are interested in like spicy stuff and hot foods, let them try like wasabi peas and Chinese hot mustard and different horseradish sauces. That is a really good way to get kids kind of transitioned into trying hot sauces. Because I mean, honestly, the heat of horseradish is like a fun kind of heat. I mean, even when you're eating something extreme, like nasal napalm. A year or two ago, my son and I sampled nasal napalm from Pepper Palace. It is the hottest horseradish in the world. We sampled it. I mean, and it was just fun. Like it was extreme. You know, we were coughing and sneezing and it was crazy, but it's like, yeah, it's a wild experience to try an extreme horseradish, but there's just nothing unpleasant about it. It's just kind of crazy and fun. So, yeah, your kids are curious about like, sort of like crazy transcendental spicy food experiences, start them on some wasabi stuff, or some wasabi or horseradish stuff. Kind of got the same effect, and Chinese hot mustard too, for sure, because it's fun. Like they might be a little bit intimidated at first. They're like, "What? The most extreme horseradish in the world? That's 2,700 times hotter than the most hot, mainstream horseradish." And then you try it, and you're like, "Okay, this is just crazy. I'm just coughing and sneezing, but it doesn't hurt. This is fun. Clears your sinuses out too. Good stuff." All right, that's number 9. All right, number 8 are these salsitas. Original salsitas. El Sabroso original salsitas. So these, they make 3 different, as far as I know, they make 3 different dip flavored chips. So they make a guacamole chip, they make a salsa flavored chip, and they make a Baja Lime chip, which I guess, well, it says the dip's in the chip. That's the slogan of the company. So I'm assuming there's some kind of a Baja Lime dip that is based on. But anyways, I've had all 3 of them. I like all 3 of them. Well, actually, I don't really like the guacamole ones. The guacamole ones are lame, but the Baja Lime are quite good. Kind of like, standard chili lime chip, but they're really good in that regard. But these salsa flavored chips. There's another company that has a competing one, and those are really good too. I wasn't able to get my hands on a bag before making this video, but I would like to do a comparison. Because if they were better than these, then they would replace these as number 8. Oh, yeah. You got flavors. It's bursting with flavor. Bursting with tomato flavor, bell pepper flavor, jalapeno flavor, onion flavor. There's lime juice and vinegar in there. Man, it's like just putting a classic, zippy, kind of cilantro lime with fresh tomatoes. Kind of on like the pico de gallo side of things, right? So those sort of more fresh, like pico de gallo sauces that have a lot of cilantro in them. That's what this tastes like. This doesn't taste like a jar of Tostitos. It tastes like something you get at the market. That's like sorry, I just snorted. That's gross. But I'm not going to edit. It tastes like something you get fresh made at the market. With those fresh tomatoes and the raw onions and the cilantro and squirts of like fresh lime juice. It's a very nice, very, very nice, very flavorful chip. I have to be mindful that I'm creating a video here and I'm not just sitting here snacking on chips. All right, there's your 10, 9, 8. Number 7, don't judge me. I don't care if Frito-Lay's owns everything and it's like, oh, you're just going for the mainstream products. Yeah, I'm going for a mainstream product. Sometimes, you know, sometimes these big companies, they come up with something that's just as delicious as any artisanal thing from a, from a mom and pop company can come up with, you know? And in this case, these honey barbecue flavor twists, these have been a vice of mine for many, many, many years. Many an attempt to lose weight has been thwarted by my addiction to these. Okay? Many a night when I was in despair and alone and ready to cry myself to sleep has been brought up out of the darkness by my love of and addiction to these Fritos flavor twists. They are so, so good. I think, yeah, they're the only barbecue flavored thing in my entire salty snack lineup. So that, by default, makes them the best barbecue flavored snack of all time, according to me. And we can talk about, everybody's like, oh, everybody has their opinion, everybody has their personal taste. I don't know. I try hundreds of foods. I have a very, very diverse, sophisticated, and experienced palate. I've tried it all. So honestly, I don't know. I don't care if I'm being pretentious, but I think that my opinion on what the best barbecue flavored snack is holds more weight than the opinion of somebody who, I've probably tried 100 barbecue flavored things. If somebody's only tried 5 and they're like, oh yeah, this is officially the best one in the world, well, you've tried 5. They were good. I will say, they appear to have changed their recipe a little bit. As I just bought this bag like 2 weeks ago, there is considerably, noticeably less tang than I have come to expect from these. Less sweetness, less tang, less salt. They're not very well, this particular bag, not well seasoned. Something went wrong at the factory when they put this bag together. There's something not right about these. Those are not my honey barbecue Fritos. Not the way I love them. But I will excuse that as a mistake. Sometimes with these like mass manufactured salty snacks, you get a bunk bag that doesn't have enough seasoning on it because of some error that happened at the factory where it was manufactured. So I'm going to just tack it up to that. Still a fantastic chip and the best barbecue flavored snack when they get it right. All right. So let's wrap up this 10 through 6 favorite salty snacks video with Late July Scorchin' Sauce tortilla chips. Guys, when I found these chips, I had been on a quest, a serious, committed quest, to find a spicy chip that was not only, and God, did I ever butcher the opening of this? I thought I should have done it with my hands. I mean, it probably still would have butchered it, but I don't know if it would have butchered it as badly as I did with those scissors. I'm not good at multitasking, so I was talking at the same time as I was operating the scissors, and disaster ensues when that happens. I had been on a committed quest to find a hot flavored spicy chip that I truly, truly loved both the flavor of and respected the heat of. Late July was that chip that I had been looking for. Okay? A lot of people have said, oh, I just loved those, Paqui ghost pepper chips before Paqui discontinued that. Well, I guess it's owned by Hershey's, but Hershey's discontinued the Paqui brand of chips after a child died. Not necessarily, correlation implying causation, but a child did take the one chip challenge by Paqui and died shortly thereafter. And then Paqui chips were discontinued. But a lot of people have said, oh, I wish they'd had those ghost pepper chips. Those are the best spicy chips ever. I didn't like them. And I didn't think that they were that spicy. These, on the other hand, Late July Scorched Sauce Chips, hell yeah. I hope these guys didn't change the recipe. Again, I just bought this bag a week ago. Are these even the same chips that I fell in love with? I think I tried these like a year ago. I'm getting a little bit on the better seasoned chips. Wow. Aren't things just going wrong in this world right now? We can't even get, a brand fresh new bag of our favorite chips, seasoned the way that they were seasoned when we first tried them and fell in love with them. I can't believe it. It's like the same thing is happening with these as happening with these. They either changed the recipe or they're using the same recipe and using cheaper ingredients to cut corners. This is nowhere near as zesty, semi-sweet. It does have the same heat. Actually, it might be a little bit more hot. All right, but the thing that made this chip so very special was how it combined, intense heat with intense flavor. A masterful chip. I am not... What is going on here? I am not getting that from this chip, and I am upset. Well, this is pissing me off. I mean, these are fine, but they're not... These are not the same chips that I fell in love with. They're just not. Something is different. What are you doing? There are other products that have done that too. I'm trying to think. Oh, I had something I wanted to bring up here. I'll bring it up before I wrap up this video because we're getting on to like almost 25 minutes. There's something else. I'm almost certain that this is another instance of something wonderful with an unaltered recipe that nearly ruined it. All right, so just to wrap up. When I was a kid, I used to put Durkee's sandwich sauce on everything. Any sandwich that I made, ham sandwich, turkey sandwich, roast beef sandwich, whatever, Reuben sandwich, anything. Hot dogs, hamburgers. I would dip chicken in it. I just loved this sauce when I was a teenager. And, I would have said, if you'd asked me when I was like 19, 20 years old, I would have said, yeah, Durkee's is the best sauce in the world. I just kind of fell out of that. I went through college, got married, had a kid, got more into sort of like cooking, I would make, family meals and stuff like that. And, Durkee's just kind of disappeared from my life. And then I found myself a bachelor a few years after that. And I was like, hey, I need to get Durkee's back into my life now. And I went and I got myself a bottle of Durkee's. It just didn't taste the same. Something's different. I don't know what it is. Is it still a sauce that's worth having in your fridge? Yeah, of course it is. But there's something different. Something changed. I think that's a song by Pulp. Something changed. I don't know what it is. Something's different. It's not the same sauce. If I made a top 10 sauces of all time, this current incarnation of Durkee's would not make it. And if this bag of Late July Scorched Sauce Chips had been my first encounter with Late July Scorched Sauce Chips, absolutely it would not have made top 10. Something has changed. Something has changed in these. So now I'm just like, this is getting difficult. I'm having to reevaluate this whole process of ranking these chips. I don't know what's going on. Because, look, it says honey barbecue Fritos. It says Late July Scorching Sauce. That's not the same chip that I loved. That is not the same chip that I put in my top 10. This is not the same sauce. That was my favorite sauce when I was in high school. It just isn't. Um, so I don't know what to do here. You know? It's like, okay, 2 out of the 5 top 10 salty snacks that I have presented to you are in the top 10 purely based on nostalgic value. It's weird. Well, I'm going to give it some thought. I will post this video. I will post 5 through 1 sometime next week. And then I'm going to have to like do some thinking and come to a deliberation about what you should do with what I've presented to you in these 2 installments. Because who's to say? Because some of the bags that I have in the top 5, those are also freshly purchased. Who's to say that they haven't changed the recipe on 1 or 2 of those, or 3? Then we're looking at a whole new thing where it's like, I can't objectively say that these particular snacks in their current form are top 10 material. Anyways, enough philosophizing. 26 minutes about 5 different types of salty snacks. You rubbed off on me, Daryl. I need to go and try to get a little bit of sleep.